here. Welcome to our brand new series called Blessed. This series is all about how God has blessed us in so many great ways. As children of God, we have received so many blessings from Him. Can you name some of the things that God has blessed you with? We're going to learn about some of those amazing things that God has blessed us with in this series, what He's blessed you and me with. It's going to be so much fun. So right now, I do want to check in and have you watch this video.
What's good, people? It's your boy, Big Ray. Welcome to my house. This is a show we talk about real stuff that really matters. Lately, I've been thinking about how we as children of God are truly, really, when you think about it, God has given us so many amazing things. I love to talk about how we are truly. Plus, since this is my channel, I'd like to introduce you to some of my other friends who make videos. There are people out there who are truly. Some of them have really great talents. Some are blessed with great hair. Still, others are blessed with really great teeth. Today, we're going to check in with my friend Jedediah, the Jedi Master. I call him Jed. He's one of those people who collects all kinds of cool things. And I'm not talking about your grandpa who collects stamps or your Aunt Jamie who collects antiques. I'm talking about he collects really cool things. Let's see if we can get him connected on a boom call. Try and get connected here. I'm trying to, hold on now. There he is. Jed, is that you?
Yes, my young Padawan. It is I, Jedediah the Jedi Master. Welcome to my Star Wars room.
Wow, what a cool room. It looks like you have a ton of cool stuff.
Ah, yes, Ray. This is probably the coolest room you've ever been in. I have so much Star Wars memorabilia. I'm just gonna kind of take you on a little tour here. First of all, you can see we got Boba Fett's helmet and Luke Skywalker's helmet. And everybody knows we got Han Solo frozen in carbonite. Oh yeah, and I got R2-D2 and even a Yoda. We got so much stuff. Come over here, come over here. I have a flying Millennium Falcon. It's one of the originals from way back, a long time ago. It's pretty awesome. And of course I got almost a life-size, I mean, you know, if you're short, it's a life-size Stormtrooper and lots of other stuff. I mean, if you could see the whole room, I've probably got more than $10,000 worth of stuff here. It's pretty awesome.
So it seems like you have a lot of cool stuff you've collected.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's really, really cool. And this is just one room in my house. I mean, really, you should see my other stuff. I've got a sports car collection, I've got a video game collection, and I got a whole room dedicated to my classic computers collection. I got 36 computers from all different eras. It's pretty awesome.
Wow, it is clear that you truly have been.
Say what now?
You're blessed. I was just telling the kids how God blesses us, and you've been blessed with a lot of things. Now, I know you like to share the things you're blessed with, right?
Share? Are you kidding? There is no way. I have worked hard for all of this stuff. This is my stuff. Do you hear me? Mine.
Yeah, I understand that you're blessed, but God blesses us so that we can bless others. You can't be selfish and greedy with your blessings. You have to share them with others.
Well, I'm afraid I'd rather smell a Wookiee's armpit than share my stuff with anybody. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Matter of fact, I've heard about enough of your nonsense. Yoda, last person I want to talk to right now. I'm ending this call immediately. Cut the camera. Oh, forget it, I'll do it myself.
Wow, Jed really loved his stuff. He didn't realize something that was really important. God wants us to use our blessings to bless other people. In your lesson today, you're going to learn about a boy who used his blessing to bless others. What an amazing miracle. You're going to learn the purpose of being blessed. Well, that's all the time I have for you today. I'll see you next time you pop in to Big Ray's house.
Wow! God has blessed us so much. He hasn't blessed us so that we will be selfish and keep it to ourselves though, right? Instead, he wants us to bless others. We are blessed in order to be a blessing to others. In today's lesson, you're going to learn all about how God can use us to do big things for him. If we will, share, bless others, right? It's going to be awesome. So right now, I want to find out what you gotta know.
What you gotta know? What you gotta know? What you gotta know? What you gotta know?
Hey there, kids! My name is Wiggy Pop. I'm here to have a rockin' good time and tell you what you gotta know. I'm so excited for our brand new series called Blessed. Today, we're talking all about how God blesses us so we can bless others. So every time today that you hear somebody ask you what you gotta know, tell them this. I've been blessed, so I'll bless others. I've been so blessed. I have a lot of great blessings. I have my rockin' guitar, my rad sunglasses, my jammin' spiky hair, and my cute little teddy bear that my grandma gave me. Aww. Thanks, Gram. Rock on! I am so blessed. And you know what's even greater? Something could be greater than having all that? Yeah! I have all this stuff, but what's even greater is that I can use it to bless others. I'm blessed to be a blessing. So every time today that you hear somebody ask you what you gotta know, tell them this. I've been blessed, so I'll bless others. And that right there is what you gotta know. This is Wiggy Pop, and I'll see you next time. Rock on!
Oh, hey boys and girls, it's me, Teriyaki, and I was just getting ready to cook up something tasty for my restaurant, Nice Rice. It's a 5-star fine dining establishment famous for, you guessed it, my rice. Now today I'm also cooking up a special power verse for you to learn. The trouble is, I'm famous for getting things mixed up. Eggs aren't the only thing I scramble. I accidentally mix up the ingredients, the names of our dishes, and sometimes the words to the power verse. That's right, I want to share with you today's power verse, but I may need your help getting it unscrambled. Let's take a look. And Corinthians will generously provide all you others. Then you will always have everything you need and plenty left over to share with need. 2 God 9:8. Yes, this is not right. This is wrong. Very mixed up. Like the time I made meatloaf with Jell-O. Yikes. Boys and girls, I'm going to need your help getting this power verse unscrambled. Let's look at it again. And Corinthians will generously provide. Wait, that can't be right. Corinthians don't provide. God does. let's move Corinthians over to the side. And blank will generously provide all you others. Others seems out of place. Let's put it over here too. Then you will always have everything you need and plenty left over to share with need. I don't think need works here. Let's move it over and see if one of our other words would fit there. Any ideas, kids? Good idea. Let's try others. Then you will always have everything you need and plenty left over to share with others. Perfect. And it's found in 2 God 9:8. Wait a second. 2 God is in a book of the Bible. Let's try moving God and seeing if another word is better. Which word might be better for the scripture reference? That's right, Corinthians, for 2 Corinthians 9:8. Now, to fill in that blank at the beginning, what word should go there? Yes, God. And God will generously provide all you, well, looks like we found the place for our last word, need. Yes, that's it. I think we have it. Let's try saying it all together now on the count of 3. Stand with me and say it loud. 1, 2, 3. And God will generously provide all you need. Then you will always have everything you need and plenty left over to share with others. 2 Corinthians 9:8. Great job! Now I've got to get back to making this pizza. Or was I making applesauce? Anyway, the customers are waiting. Until next time, this is Teriyaki saying, ladles up!
Today, we are going to learn about an incredible event that took place in the Bible in John chapter 6. Jesus was teaching to a huge crowd of people. There were well over 5,000 people listening to him share about God's love. They were there for quite a long time and they started to get very hungry. Several of the disciples came to Jesus and said, "Master, these people are very hungry." Jesus looked at them and said, "You feed them." Now, that didn't seem very fair. The disciples explained that they had nothing to feed them with. Not only that, but they certainly didn't have enough money to go out and buy food for everyone. However, there was a young boy attending that had 5 small loaves of bread and 2 small fish. Apparently, he had been blessed with food when no one else in the crowd had anything. But his blessing didn't seem to be enough. 5 small loaves of bread and 2 fish did not seem like nearly enough to feed an entire crowd of 5,000 people. Does it? Even though it didn't seem like much, the little boy had brought his lunch to Jesus. He chose to use what God had blessed him with in order to help bless others. Jesus lifted the food toward heaven and blessed it. Then he placed the food into baskets and told the disciples to hand it out to everyone. The disciples were amazed. They handed out the food, which had turned into baskets and baskets of food. They gave everyone so much food that they ended up with 12 baskets of leftover food. What a miracle! It's so crazy to think that only 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish could feed over 5,000 people. I bet that's what the little boy was thinking too. He could have been selfish and kept his lunch to himself, but he was willing to give what he had. When he gave what he had, Jesus took it and turned it into so much, much more. Today, we are going to learn about how God can use the blessings in our lives, no matter how little we think that they are. God can take our little and turn it into much, and lives will be changed. We are blessed so that we can be a blessing to others.
Stories of the Bible. Jesus feeds the 5,000. This is Jesus,
Heyo!
who is the Son of God and the Savior of the world. While Jesus was on earth, he taught everyone about God's love. He did many miracles and healed people of their sickness.
Oh, hey, everyone!
A huge crowd kept following him wherever he went, because they saw his miraculous signs as he healed the sick. A crowd started to gather around Jesus. There were 5,000 men and many more women and children. Turning to Philip, he asked,
Hey, Philip!
"Where can we buy bread to feed all these people?" You see, Jesus was testing Philip, for he already knew what he was going to do. Philip replied, "Even if we worked for months, we wouldn't have enough money to feed them."
Hey, I got an idea.
Then Andrew spoke up. "There's a young boy here with 5 barley loaves and 2 fish. But what good is that with this huge crowd?" Jesus said, "Tell everyone to sit down."
Right, everyone, sit down.
Then Jesus took the loaves, gave thanks to God, and gave them to the people.
Here you go.
Afterward, he did the same with the fish. And they all ate as much as they wanted.
Want some more? I'm all good, thanks.
After everyone was full, Jesus told his disciples, "Now gather the leftovers, so that nothing is wasted."
You got it.
So they picked up the pieces and filled 12 baskets with scraps, left by the people who had eaten from the 5 barley loaves and 2 fish.
Today, we began this awesome series called Blessed. As God's children, we are so blessed. We have already mentioned some of the blessings we have received from God: salvation, healing, protection, answered prayer, and much more. In fact, we could go on and on and on with a list of blessings that God has given us. It's true.
God has blessed you. Blessings are gifts. We don't deserve them. After all, we have not done anything to earn God's blessing. He freely gives blessings to his children because he loves us and wants to bless us in a big way. The Bible says in James 1:17, whatever is good and perfect is a gift coming down to us from Jesus our Father. Every awesome blessing is a gift from God. You have been blessed by God in many different ways. However, he did not bless you so that you could hold on to those blessings for yourself. Not at all. Even though we have been blessed, God wants you.
Say no to selfishness. God has blessed us so that we can be generous and bless others, just as our power verse taught us, and God will generously provide all you need. Then you will always have everything you need and plenty left over to share with others. God wants us to say no to selfishness so that we can use our blessings to bless others. Now, you might say, well, I don't have the same amount of blessings as other people have. I have less. I understand. Not all people are blessed with exactly the same blessings. Some have more money than others. Some have more talent than others. Your blessings don't look exactly like other people's blessings, but God asks that we give what we have in order to be a blessing to others. God doesn't ask you to give what others have been blessed with. He only asks you to be faithful and give what you have been blessed with. Let me give you a little example to understand this better. Now, I'm gonna ask for my volunteers to come in. This is for you, 1 for you, 1 for you, 2 for you, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for you. Notice how I gave each of my wonderful volunteers here a different number of chips. I can go to the one that has 5 chips and tell them, please hand over 5 chips. And they can do that because they actually have 5 bags of chips to give. But would it be mean for me to go to this volunteer that has 1 chip and say, please hand over 5? I know, that's not fair. After all, they don't have 5 bags of chips. They only have 1. Why would I ask him to give me something that he doesn't have? It's the same way with God. He has given each of you certain blessings, certain talents, and certain gifts. He doesn't ask you to give the same as someone else. He doesn't ask you to give someone else's blessings. He doesn't ask you to give what you don't have. He asks that you use the blessings that you have and that he gives you in order to be able to bless and help others. The good news is,
if you give God a little, he will make it much. The little boy gave Jesus the 5 loaves and 2 fish, and Jesus fed over 5,000 people with it. If you will allow God to use what he has blessed you with, even if you think it's only a little, God will use it to bless many people. You may not be the tallest, the smallest, or the richest person that you know. That's okay. God doesn't ask you to give what others have. He asks you to give what you have. If you give God a little, he will make it much. So use your blessings to bless others.
And God will generously provide all you need. Then you will always have everything you need and plenty left over to share with others. 2 Corinthians 9:8.
hey kids, it's time for our Rewind Review. And I'm gonna be interviewing Danielle, she's gonna be interviewing me, but more importantly, you better be answering along with those questions.
Yes.
We can hear you, so make sure you're shouting out the answers at home.
Yeah, we want to hear you.
All right, so our first question, Danielle.
Yes.
What you gotta know today?
I'm not sure. Blessed? I've been blessed? Is that it? Did you guys get it?
Yep, so you got half of it, and I
Okay.
heard them shout it out there. the rest
Awesome,
of it.
thank
So
you
it's,
guys.
I've been blessed, so I'll bless others.
So I've been blessed, so I'll bless others.
Yep, exactly. I'm glad you guys were able to help us out there.
Thank you guys. Okay, next question. It's for Monique. So what was Jesus doing at the beginning of our Bible story?
He was teaching. He was teaching a crowd. He was teaching a crowd of people.
Yes, yes he was.
Yep. All right, our next question. How many people were there when Jesus was teaching?
Ooh, maybe, was it over 5,000?
Yes, it was. It was over 5,000 people. A whole lot of people.
Oh, wow, that is. Okay, next question. What did the young boy have in his lunch?
He had a loaf of bread and some fish. I can't remember how much he had of each though.
Do you guys remember? Let's hear it. Oh, yes, it was 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish.
Exactly, that's what it was.
Good
Thank
job.
you. All right, next question. Was the boy willing to give his lunch?
Yes, he was. Okay, next question. How many buckets were left over once everyone had been fed?
There were 12 buckets. There were 12 buckets left.
Correct.
All right, so this next one, it's a fill in the blank. Make sure you wait until I finish reading the whole question before you start shouting out the answer. Okay, so according to our lesson today, God has blanked you.
Blessed?
Exactly. God has blessed you.
Okay, so according to our lesson today, you must say no to blank.
Oh, you must say no to selfishness.
Yes, say no to it.
All right, another fill in the blank. If you give a little, he will make it blank.
More?
Very close, very close. Can you guys give it the word we're looking for? Much. I heard it from the crowd. I heard you guys out there. If you give a little, he will make it much.
Awesome. Okay, now, next one, which is our last question. Ready? Where was our power verse found?
Our power verse was found in 2 Corinthians 9:8.
Awesome. Thank you for helping Miss Monique with that question.
All right, that concludes our rewind review. I hope you guys were answering along. Actually, we knew you were because we heard you guys shouting out the answers, and we appreciate it very much.
Yes.
We hope you had fun.
Okay, bye.
What you gotta know?
Today is our first day in the series of Blessed. Thanks for watching. As you now kind of got a hint, that we're going to be talking to you about how when you are blessed, you can bless others. It's amazing when you are given something from God, like you can actually use it to affect, encourage, build up, and bless those around you. And you don't have to worry about, hey, do I have enough? No, it doesn't matter. Because if God gave it to you, you can use it. And that's amazing. So go out this week, bless those around you, encourage them, speak life, and we'll see you next week.